Hi, my name is Cindy Rang.
And I'm Brianna Motzkus, and today is FabriChat.
We never know what day it is.
Ugh.
It is Wednesday. And today is, let's see, today is National Chess Day.
Oh, cool.
It's also National Write a Letter Day.
Oh, that's good. Everyone should.
Who are we going to write one to?
I don't have a pen pal.
I don't
need a
think I
pen
even
pal
have
from
like
Waze.
physical addresses anymore. Tracy does. We should give some letters to Tracy.
Ship them out.
I'm going to write a letter. I'm going to write a letter to my friend Linda Britt.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't heard from her in forever. I keep thinking about her. Hoping all is well. And I was also going to tell you that there's a couple of very important days coming up that should not be missed.
Ooh.
So, wait, I have to find them. Maybe I can just remember. Saturday is National Wildlife Day,
Oh,
which would be really good because we're going to be at the cabin on Saturday.
yep.
Time for a
Enjoying
hike.
wildlife.
Mm-hmm. Sunday is National Charity Day. So we're going to do something fun for that, so stay tuned for that. We'll announce that tonight at the box opening.
Okay.
And then Monday is, of course, Labor Day. So, but, you know, before we get into a lot of stuff, and I know that, you know, we all like to have coffee and laugh and chat, but I just want to do a shout out to our friends in Louisiana. You know, super bad. I suppose every year, and maybe people kind of get used to that. It seems like it's all the time.
Yeah.
You know, but Hurricane Ida, pretty devastating, and I know they're not even watching. They don't have power. They're not going to have power
yeah,
for a couple weeks, I guess. So, pretty soon, we're gonna give them like a little bit of time to get things cleaned up and whatever, and then all of our people, we're gonna send a special coupon to those states that have been affected by that. But in case you have a lot of wet stuff you need to replace, but super devastating, you know. And now it's going up through Tennessee, and you know, we were just there. It's so beautiful there, and a lot of water, and I don't know. Anyway, it makes me feel bad. We do not deal with floods up here at all. We have high winds, but things are built for that. We don't worry about that. Us, of course, it's wildfires is what our issue is. So, and the other thing we just want to mention real quickly about that is that, you know, we tend to do a lot of stuff locally, you know, when we have fire camps and shelters and different things, we always take stuff there. And, you know, we are available. If there's something that you guys need and you're out of the state and you guys are doing some sort of a fundraiser and you want us to donate a quilt or something like that, or you need, you know,
You need us to
something
ship
else,
something that you can't get in your region because it's just sold out.
let us know.
Who knows, tarps or whatever.
Yeah, you guys have helped us, you know, with our local drives, and we just want to be there for you guys. So anyway, we
Whatever
just
you
feel
need.
really bad. Yeah, if there's something we can do, we want you to let us know. And anyway. All right, so let's get on to a couple things. One thing is I have presents. A lot of people commented on this, so I wanted people to know that people were a little grossed out that Robert was wearing your socks.
Right?
That's almost as bad. Someone put it exactly what my sentiment was that's as bad as him using your deodorant.
Yep.
It's like an achy thing. So these were some young no-show socks that I got for Pa. Pa does not like them.
Oh.
This is way too young for him.
They're not knee-high.
He likes his knee-high socks. Knee-high black socks.
With the sandals.
With the sandals.
Jordan wears the same exact thing. He does not like no-shows.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a redneck thing, I guess, which is funny that. So anyway, those are for Robert, and that pair was washed. But
Perfect.
anyway, rejects.
Right? I know. I keep
so
hiding my...
We no longer have to be concerned that Robert's big Herkin man feet
are in my
stretching
Boomba,
into your Bombas.
Bomba socks. Ugh, I keep hiding them. They're in a different drawer. They're no longer in my sock drawer. They're my pajama drawer. She's never going to look in there.
I can't even imagine he can get them on his big old feet.
That's what I said. It's like, why? Don't you feel like they're a little tight? Like your toes are like can't breathe? Oh, well, then, you know, they're a little tight.
No.
Let's go buy you some socks.
No.
Let me just cut off some of the tall bit of your tall socks.
Yes. Yes. All right. We want to show you this, since we're still talking about presents.
Yes.
We opened these up on, was it Wednesday or Friday?
It was
Anyway,
Friday.
Our friend, Kathy Manelli, M-A-I, Nelly. Thank you so much. Well, then we whined because we didn't have batteries. So what comes in a package the very next day? Batteries! You are awesome. You are fantastic. So thank you once. Thank you twice. And check these out. So it's nice that we have two. And so this is really nice. So can you close up? So this is like this black light. And so what's really nice is then, and we tested this. Can you get in close enough?
You don't even have
That
to go that
whenever
close, I
it's
don't
a
think.
white on white, we'll be able to show you what the pattern really
Pull it
is.
away a little bit. There we go.
Isn't that
You don't
cool?
have to be super close.
That's fantastic. So they came from Amazon. I'm not sure what exactly, but man, these are like fantastic. Were you able to get in there?
Mhm.
Were we all good?
Cool.
These are like super cool. I had made some, being the germaphobe in me, it's like, oh, I should take this when I go to a hotel room.
Ooh,
And
don't do
everybody
that.
said, no, please don't do that. But
You don't want to know. Mm-mm.
anyway, Kathy, these
Fabulous.
are fantastic. Thank you. Thank you once. Thank you twice. Super,
We're
super
gonna have
sweet.
to hide them from Eliza. She already
Eliza's
dispersed
already-
them in the store. She had to go hunt them down.
Yeah, she's already been grabbing them. Super funny. One other thing that I wanted to mention is that, and I feel like this is probably public information. I'm going to mention it just in case. Deb Gravel, our shop manager, has decided that she and Raymond are going to be snowbirds. They have just put an offer on a home in Leesburg, Florida. And so they're going to do like, and I don't think that they're going to do 6 months, 6 months. I think they're going to do 2 months there, 2 months back, 2 months there, you know, that kind of thing. They just want to be back and forth. A lot of their family is in Florida. Her sister specifically, they just lost her brother-in-law, and big extended Italian family. And so we are somewhat sad because we're not going to have him here all the time, but she'll still be here. She's just going to be here part-time, but we're super excited for what they're going to do down there. And so anyway, they just put an offer on a home, so I know it's really official. It's really happening. They're flying back today. So anyway, the reason that we're gonna kind of doing a shout out is that Deb needs some friends.
She does.
She needs some friends. So quilting friends, if there's a a quilt guild, quilt shops, anything there, quilters there in Leesburg, Florida.
Or close to.
Or close to. I looked on the map. She's not too far from Orlando. So I see a Disney World in our
Of course.
immediate future.
We've got to wait for my kids to get taller.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, they can't do anything.
That means they're in height. They're going to be old enough,
Yeah.
but that's super little.
They are super little.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah. Finally, as teenagers, we finally.
Yeah, we finally get to go.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe not in our immediate future, but few years. Anyway, Deb's email is deb@fabricpatch.net. So give her a little shout out and say, hey, this is me. And
This is.
anyway, we're
check
just
this out.
doing a.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she is just she's a very generous friend. And by generous, I just mean in terms of time and attentiveness. She's just a kind, fun person. And her husband, equally fun. He was the mayor of Soap Lake for 8 years, and they're just nice people. And anyway, so we just wanted to do a quick little friend request, I guess is what that would be. And then funny story, so this is my phone. This is my phone, and I have this fairly heavy wood case, which was a gift from Brianna. You brought this back from Hawaii, right? This is Brittany's phone. Exact same phone.
Robert and I had never found anything like these except in Hawaii. And then we were at the
mall in Nashville.
And they had wooden cases. And it has held up better than any other case we've ever purchased for Robert. Because he's got a dirty job and he drops his phone and it gets dirty. So we're like, oh my gosh, we need these. It's the only thing that has actually stood up. And it even wears really nice. Mom has had hers for 3 years?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you wouldn't even know.
And I drop my phone all the time.
Yeah.
So I bought this one for Brittany.
I bought one for me.
But here's what the problem is now. We keep picking up each other's phones.
Yeah.
Because we put our phone down like this, and then it's a black screen, and when you pick it up, it feels exactly the same. It's like, oh, that's my phone.
I got it.
Oh, that's my phone. So we keep losing our phones, only to find our phones in somebody else's pocket. So
We're practicing a case up policy.
yeah, cases up. Or no, yeah, cases up.
Case up.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
they all look totally different.
Yeah.
But they're all the exact same size, exact same weight now because they're so heavy. But
Yeah, no kidding.
super funny. I looked for my phone for forever, but anyway.
And Eliza found it in her mom's pocket.
Yes. Typical. And now that I have my phone, so we have a bunch of viewers' questions that we thought we would get to. So one of the first ones was last Wednesday, people had asked about the quilt behind us, which I thought that we had mentioned that it was Derby House. We must not have said
We must
anything
not have.
because quite a few people asked about it and said, what is that quilt that was behind you? This is it. It's called Derby House, and it was one that we were going to do as a block of the month. So it is a fairly thick pattern, and that's why. And I think that we only have 2 of them left. So if we'll link it, if you don't find it right away, it's because it's gone. There were quite a few people that were asking about it, and so anyway, this is what it was.
And
but the fabric was
If you're one of the people that commented that really wanted one, and you can't find it on our website, it is a $40 pattern because there is too many pages to it. But if you didn't find it, it's probably because it's all sold out. Send me an email or send Tracy an email, info@FabricPatch or orders@FabricPatch, and we will either send you the link or we'll place an order, and get you
Can
some.
we still get that?
We might be able to. I can look. So we can see.
Okay.
But let us know. We can always at least send you the details in case your local shop has it or another site might have it. But
Yeah.
So
And the quilt, we did the quilt in the Mackinac Island,
yes.
not to be confused with Mackinac Island. And that fabric, I think, is long since gone.
Yeah.
The quilt behind us today is Navajo Rose. So this is my pattern, one of our first patterns. It's been our top-selling pattern in our store for
A long time.
very long time. Super simple. We and this one is Brittany's. So Brittany did this. She pieced the whole thing and did all of her quilting. Stayed up until, or got back up. Stayed up until 10. Got back up at 5 to
No.
finish quilting it, so it can be hanging behind us. Yes, it's absolutely beautiful. And what we did is we did a bunch of Zoom classes. We did quite a few this last spring. We did a log cabin. We did the raggedy squares. We did paper piecing. We did this one. And at the time, I think this one was like a 3-part class, and I think it was, what was it, $50, $60? $60. What Brittany has done is she's re-edited it. What was kind of nice for a Zoom class is that you could be asking questions, we could see what you were doing, you could hold things up, and it was pretty interactive. She's edited a bunch of that so that now it is just a class. You can tell that that's how we did it, was via a Zoom, but it's half the price. All of the other stuff edited out, so you don't have necessarily the option of interjecting a question, but you could still email us. But anyway, and these can be found on our website under what, the classes tab?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so Navajo Rose, there is just a pattern, printable pattern, or a download pattern, or a class.
Yeah. And you'll notice, so we're going to start working on kind of our fall class. So we will do more Zoom classes this fall, starting probably mid-October, because we've got 2 more retreats to do. And then our schedules, we'd like to say, lighten up a little. But you know us. So we're going to start doing a few more Zoom classes. So you're going to see in the class section, you'll see pre-recorded, Navajo Rose class, or you're going to see Zoom. And you'll know that
we're going
Zoom-
to call it live Zoom.
Yes.
Right.
And live Zoom means interact, ask the questions, hang out with us. Or the pre-recorded means all of the chitty chat has kind of been edited out, and it's just
A class.
It's just a class. So
Yeah.
just so you're aware of that, when we start getting more live Zoom classes in this fall, there'll be that little difference. So
And two
aware of
things
those.
about that. One is with the live class. People have signed up for that before, and then they find out that something happens, their schedule changes, or they forget, or whatever. We always record it, and at the end, everybody who signed up for it, whether you were participating or not, you get a link to that in your email inbox. So you can watch it as many times as you want to, again and again and again, and it doesn't matter. The same thing is true of the if you've purchased a pre-recorded class that's then been edited, you can watch that as many times as you want. And the Navajo Rose, we actually did it in 3 separate classes. So even after you edited it, how long is it? It's fairly long.
Like 5 hours.
Yeah.
Ooh, it's
It's
pretty
still
long.
long.
But it's long because we did a class about making the blocks, and then we did sewing the whole thing together, and then it was finishing even with binding and a label. And so it's really start to finish. But what's nice about that is that you have that link, and you'll have that once you've paid your $20, you have that link for as long as you want, and you can go back and watch it in bits, re-watch it, whatever you'd like to do. So
Yeah.
it's kind of a nice option. We're also going to do some block of the months. We've already picked a couple
Yeah,
out.
we picked 2.
Yeah, so we're sort of excited about that. And so, and some things will be no charge, some things will be, but most things will have to be a little bit limited. So anyway, so that's what's going on with that. And let me look. I had other questions. I had a bunch of questions. Let me see. Oh. I answered a bunch of these already. Oh, this one was hilarious. Maybe not hilarious, maybe obvious. Vanessa Rhodes asked, what is the point of a bedrunner?
Oh.
It's probably a good question.
It's a pretty good question.
And so at first I thought, no, I should answer that. So the way I answered it is decoration, splash of color, which that is what it is. But here's the thing. So we talked about this last time about a bedrunner. And I think that a lot of it too depends on where you live. So we layer our beds in the fall and winter and early spring with quite a few quilts. We might end up peeling things back, we might not, but house is fairly cold, lots of quilts. I know that regionally people live in different places, and you still want probably a breathable quilt, but I also like to change things out. So I have a king size bed. So the idea of, and I do have a Christmas quilt, I have a spring quilt, I have kind of my everyday quilt that I use. We have a couple different ones, but I thought that if I wanted to decorate my bedroom for fall, decorate it for the 4th of July, decorate it for whatever, I may not make an entire king size quilt. Whole lot of fabric, whole lot of work, a whole lot of time. But what I could do is I could just make a little bed runner, put that at the foot of my bed, do a couple of matching pillows on the bed, and it's super cute. Hotels do that all the time. You just never really notice it. But that funny little weird piece of fabric at the foot of the bed that just adds all of that color, it's just a bed runner. It's just something for color without all of that extra expense or time. So it's a table runner for the bed. Same reason, the table runner is really more of a splash of color on your table. Oftentimes for us, when it's time to eat, we take the table runner off because we don't want to spill gravy on it. So not that it's not washable, but anyway, that's what the bed runner is for. You could very easily create some sort of a seasonal, birthday, holiday, special themed bed covering in a day easily.
Absolutely.
So that's what the purpose of a bed runner is. So I thought that was like a super good question.
And I think a lot of people use bed runners, I think in your case too, if they have a king or a California king bed, by the time you actually finish that king size quilt, you might be sick of the fabric.
Yeah.
And then are you really going to put it on your bed? So if you just want to jazz it up and spruce it up a little and use some fabric out of your stash, or you saw the most beautiful fabric ever and you have to make something out of it, this is more manageable. But yeah, because we use, when I put my bed together, I have some quilts that I put, but I am always cold, and Robert is not. So for us to have, layers of quilts on our bed is unreasonable for him. So usually my bed runner is the actual quilt that's just folded differently. But I find my problem with the quilt folded that way is it doesn't go far enough over, so it looks kind of funny.
Oh, right.
And it kind of bugs me. Granted, you have to go past everything in our house to get to our room, so no one sees it. Whereas in your room,
see it. Right,
yeah,
everybody
I see
sees my
you
bed.
can see your bed and make it all cutesy and everything. Forrest might like a new pillow to snuggle with.
He does. He does.
So yeah.
And I was thinking while you were talking, you do talk so fast.
I know, I can't help it. I
I've had a couple
try.
people say, I cannot make out a word she says.
I think about it, but by the time I think about it, I've already spoken
It's
too fast for the
because-
last 2 minutes.
It's because your brain works so fast.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also, I think it's truly DNA. I used to talk so fast. My father-in-law could not understand a word I said.
Yeah.
He would always just look at me and stare at me. He was Asian, this entire time he's just looking at me like,
Yeah.
I don't even know.
Yeah. You probably look at Dad and Dad's like, she liked it.
She said yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, we do have a sign, right? I think the
Yeah,
you
Brittany
use it during
flashes me.
classes. Slow
Yeah.
down, slow.
Yeah.
Yeah, just slow down. But anyway, the other thing I was thinking when I was looking at you, you look so pretty today.
Oh, thanks. I was up early and then realized that my kids had slept in. I thought they were just gonna come up. It's like, okay, let's go, but I
You
missed
look
that.
beautiful today.
Thank you.
Brianna used to wear so much jewelry all the time. She was very
Yeah.
blingy, and then babies were ripping things out of her ears.
Yeah.
But now babies are. What did Harper
I
do
don't
with all
care.
of your jewels?
She likes them, and I don't carry my kids anymore, so that helps.
You don't
me
care.
carry.
Carry. See?
Yeah.
See? Translation.
Carry.
You don't carry your children
Yes,
anymore.
I don't carry them, so they're not grabby. But no, Harper really likes them. She sits. I remember it because I did it with you too. She sits on the table as I put makeup on, and I have clean
Yes.
brushes,
Mhm.
and she has fake makeup, and she plays with her makeup and thinks she's putting it all on with her
Yeah.
brushes, and
You did that.
she really likes the jewelry. Wants to know why she can't have any. It's well,
I
need to-
probably have some.
I don't have any Snap-on stuff. I also thought they still have those little stickies.
Yeah.
They have, but I worry about daycare.
And somebody's swallowing.
Yeah,
something.
so I worry about the sticky ones. But Robert and I have been talking about getting her ears pierced. We're thinking of going to a tattoo parlor to get her ears pierced instead of Claire's, because we want Wyatt to get a tattoo so he realizes that there's someone special who draws on Daddy.
Oh.
So we want someone to get a little Sharpie marker or a henna or something and draw on Wyatt so he realizes that it's not Dad.
Oh.
Like, I've taken
I think it
videos.
must be hard for him to understand why Dad draws on himself.
Right. And how it looks so dang good. So
Yeah.
I videoed when he was getting the elephant tattoo in
In
Clarksville or wherever we did it. And so Wyatt knew that it's actually a person, and Dad lays down and they do it. So that's
And there's
it.
blood.
Not really. It's not too bad.
There's not blood.
I mean, I think some parts of the body might bleed more than others, but it also is probably, if you take certain medication. I mean, I'm sure there's weird things that create you to have different reactions, but like when I did mine, I didn't bleed at all.
Jordan bleeds a little bit, but I don't bleed.
Yeah.
You don't bleed either?
Mm-mm.
How many tattoos do you have? She's counting.
8.
8! How many tattoos does Jordan have?
Oh, he has a
11.
sleeve.
He does have a
11
sleeve.
total, but he has a full sleeve, and then he's working on the other one, and then these two, and the one on his back.
Yeah.
How many does Robert have?
1, 2, 3, 4. I think only 4 right now. Yeah.
And he wants to get a full sleeve.
Yeah.
And you have one.
I have 1.
Not going to get more?
I might, but I don't know. I like the watercolor thing, and I don't know of any artists around me that do watercolor.
I'm
Which-
telling you, tattoo house.
It's very artsy, and I really like it, but
Hmm.
it's, gonna be there forever.
It is there forever.
Yeah. And I've
I
said,
love it.
I know, I do have to love
There's
it.
a whole website that has tattoo fails. So bad.
Drunk college kids. They make poor decisions.
So bad. So bad.
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I want to
So
get a
bad.
henna of a hand tattoo. Because there are some really pretty ones. And I love Rihanna's.
Well, you
hand
got
tattoo.
that when we were in
But-
Hawaii years ago, and it didn't last very long.
Well, I know I handed, but it lasts long enough for a test trial. Am I super irritated that it's here because, or whatever. It gives me that chance to actually test it before it's permanent.
They have a website where you can get, it's like a
Print
sticker
your own?
that you kind of like the fake tattoos for kids,
Mhm.
but it lasts longer for that specific reason.
Yeah.
For people to see, oh, do I really like it on my chest, or do I want,
Yeah. So, I love, Rihanna has a whole lot of hand tattoo, and I'm just thinking a really elegant something. And why on my hand? I don't know. Because I'm at a job who doesn't care that they can see my tattoo.
We don't care.
Oh. Yeah. So, yeah. So, I don't know. So, we're thinking of doing that. Going to a tattoo place to get her ears pierced. Just in the fact that they could do something together. Wyatt can see that it's a special person.
She's not going to let a man.
Oh,
pierce
there's
her
women.
ears.
There's a
women
women.
that do it.
Um,
Like Tattoo House, it's Geisha that does it.
Yeah, and then Studio 7, who Robert, she's a woman.
Oh.
There's a lot of female artists, tattoo artists.
I would
I guess that
not
makes
recommend
sense.
Claire's. Eliza did not like it.
Yeah, and Claire's.
That whole gun thing really scared her.
Yeah, and
How else do you
we
do
did
it, though?
We did Claire. A tattoo place will pierce your ears.
pierce
With
like
a
needle.
Yeah.
Oh.
A heated and studies show that it is clean at a tattoo house only because they are under stricter things. Claire's just a gun that they stick in something that So who knows if there's some ear juices.
Ew.
You never know. So they say it's always cleaner to go to a tattoo parlor only because they're under stricter rules and they're used to the cleanliness. Getting a new syringe, getting a new whatever. They've got the product there.
Huh.
I think it's the only place you can get like a belly button ring or anything like that. Is you have to go to a tattoo place. Things have changed, Mom.
Oh, man. I'm too old.
Yeah. I got mine done at Claire's. I remember that. It is scary.
My
'Cause-
mom did it.
Yeah. No. But, I mean, I'd buy her earrings at Claire's because who cares? But,
Well, be careful of sensitivity. That's
well,
what
yeah.
we learned
I
with
was
Eliza.
allergic to nickel. So.
Those butterfly ones, she
Nope.
can't wear.
Yeah.
She
So,
has to
yeah.
have real gold. She's an expensive
Expensive.
child.
I blow my
Baby.
nose. Sorry. We had to pause so I could blow my nose. Which, and then wash my hands and sterilize everything. Because... oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, I don't know how I got to tattoo and piercings, but
I don't know how we got to that.
there we are.
What were we talking
Moving on.
about?
I don't know.
We constantly digress.
It started with bedrunners and then evolutionized. I don't know.
Evolutionized.
All right.
That's a word.
We don't
That's
know.
a word. So let's see. So let's finish talking about what's going to happen this week. So we are doing. We have box opening tonight, and then we are doing. We do have quite a bit of clearance because we've been moving some things around.
So we are going to do one for Friday. We will not be here, so Barbara will be very busy cutting on Saturday. But are you thinking we're still going to do one for Friday?
Yeah, we'll still do one for Friday.
You guys
We'll do one.
might be like us.
And then we're
gonna
dashing out of town.
Mhm.
We're going to go up to our cabin for Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Be back on Monday.
Yep.
But yeah, we'll do one for Friday. And then we're also going to film. We're going to do kind of a little trunk show thing, right?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
We're going to do
Forgot about
that. And then we were going to do, we had a couple of things we were going to film. And then we were also going to do another tour.
Mm-hmm.
People keep asking again about the shop. The shop, what happens if you end up coming to the shop is that even if you come once a month, it changes up all the time. And it was kind of funny because it used to bother people. It's like, well, wait a minute, why is the baby stuff over there? It used to be over here. And that's true, but what happens is, we might have 400 bolts of Christmas, and then pretty soon we have only 200 bolts of Christmas or whatever. So we do move things around a little bit, and so every time you come, it totally looks different.
Yep.
We usually suggest that people end up coming with a list because it is overwhelming because it is a little bit big. But we'll do kind of a quick little shop tour, or maybe a part 1 and part 2.
Yeah.
I don't know that we can do it all in.
I don't know if we can get it all clean and let it stay clean.
There's that. And there's that definition of clean. I always feel like our shop is so messy, but
Yeah.
the part
There's
that's
so
really messy
much.
is back here. People who have come from out of town, it's like, well, where's the studio? It's like, oh, I'll show you.
You don't want to know.
Yeah, it's it's the storeroom.
We got the cheap seats.
We did. And also, if you come in, We're back to masks in Grant County in Washington State. We've got a mask mandate up here. And, you know, there's just been this debate going on for forever about the masks. And we are not part of the debate about whether or not they are useful. We absolutely believe that they are. We're pro-mask. We're pro-vaccination here. We're all okay. But the debate is, you know, at what point, you know, the people that are not masking, the people that are not getting vaccinated, you know, it's hard for us to, because we protecting them? But what we've decided is that we are still going to mask up anyway, because who we are protecting is, we do have a lot of people that are immunosuppressed. We have friends that have lupus, that are on chemotherapy, friends that have rheumatoid arthritis, and we know that if you have an if you are taking a drug for immunosuppression and you've received the vaccination, you are at about 60% coverage. We also know, just like the flu vaccine, the COVID vaccine is going to start to fade in terms of its efficacy, which is why they're allowing a third dose. Just like the flu vaccine, it's no different from that. And so that's who we're protecting, are those people. And also our hospitals, once again, at least out here, are getting
overstaffed nurses, doctors.
Understaffed, overwhelmed.
Yep.
Yeah, super crazy. So we're trying to slow all of that down. Lots of issues with people that had elective procedures that have been canceled. So now people that are not getting their hip replacements, people that, we have somebody who needs a heart stent.
They can't do that.
Nope. And so lots of so we are wearing masks in support of our local medical team and in support of those that are immunosuppressed, and trying to stop the spread. For those of you that, you know, no vaccination, no mask, you're kind of on your own anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But it's been kind of hard to try to figure out what to write on the sign. I keep rewriting the sign, and I kept thinking, you know, I just don't want to fight with anybody, because it doesn't matter. Do whatever you want to do. I don't care if you have a vaccination or not. It doesn't matter to me. I mean, it doesn't matter to me what you do. I'm not going to convince anybody of anything.
Right.
But I'm just tired of the fighting. I'm tired of the snarkiness. And so I kept thinking, well, if I made it funny, then maybe people would just smile a little bit.
I don't
Do you think?
Maybe.
So I found some funny ones.
It's also hard though, because our clientele that come into our store are so different. Who are
they take it serious.
Yeah, who are going to Walmart or, you know, doing big box shopping, I guess.
Yeah.
Our clientele is so different, and especially in a small community.
I would say that by far the majority, I mean 99% of the people that come in wear masks anyway.
Right.
You know, they're cautious, they're careful, you know, they either are recovering from something or their spouses or, you know, so many of us have lost people to COVID, multiple people in our families. And so we, around here we take it pretty seriously, I think, but you know, we recognize that not everybody does. But we also have a lot of travelers. We are right on the road. We are at the front of the Cooley Corridor, so we're right on the road to all of the fishing lakes, and so a lot of people come through here that are not from here. And you know, we don't want to be mean to anybody, but we don't want to germs. So I'm going to read to you, and again, I hope you just find that this is humorous. I find it humorous. I'm going to read you some funny COVID signs. Ready?
Okay.
All right. There's this one. You can choose not to wear a mask. Then you must also remove all of your clothes to enter. It's all or nothing. It's all about choices. That'd be pretty good.
Oh, please don't do that.
Please don't do that. I know. I'd be a little worried.
I will wrap you in a quilt.
Woo! No, get out. Kind of funny though. This one was a good one. To accommodate anti-maskers, we have provided a space 40 feet west of here where you can stare at your reflection in the window, since apparently you're the only person you care about.
Ooh. Little sting right there.
That's a little stinger. Not so funny, but
this was good. I'm surprised someone put it on the window. Good for them, I guess.
Totally put that on their window. There was another one. It had a whole lot of naughty words in it, but at the very bottom it said, "Grow up, Karen." Oh, Jesus. I know. I can't wait to just use that line with someone. Karen.
You would never use that.
No, I wouldn't.
You would never. Maybe in your head and your inside.
In my head. To you, I'd say it. Karen.
She would.
Yeah. I think it's sad because I know so many really nice Karens.
I know. It's like it's all the same. Same with blondes. Not all in the same bubbles. Just saying.
I know.
It's just one rap from one person, and here we go.
I know. And this one isn't so much funny. This one is just, I might not read this one because, well, I'm going to read it. As an American, you have a right not to wear a mask. But just like you, businesses have a right not to let you in. You can't have it both ways. You are free to make a choice, but that means you have to accept the consequences of your choices. Screaming at employees and businesses for protecting their workers and customers does not make you a patriot. It makes you an asshole.
Well, that's true. I mean, that's what I'm trying to teach my 4-year-old.
Yeah,
Is when he decides to push his sister, you get in trouble.
That's right. Consequences.
Yeah, when, someone kicks the dog, you get in trouble. Mm-hmm. Makes me want to kick you back. That's what the dog feels, but,
Yeah. So this one here we're going to have to read later because there's a whole lot of bad words in it, but I thought it was super funny. But I have one more for you guys. And I've seen this one before, but I think this is just funny. And this is the one I think I'm going to put on the door.
Yeah.
I think it's funny. Masks are the new bra. They're uncomfortable. You only wear them in public, and when you don't wear one, everyone notices.
That is so accurate.
It's so true.
Oh my goodness.
Can't wait to take this thing off. Yeah, I used to think about that on my way home from work every day. Man, I'd take that thing off through my arm.
Yep.
Not so much
So
anymore, but
accurate.
yeah. Thank you for watching our video. We invite you to leave a comment, hit the like button, or better yet, subscribe to our channel so you never miss an episode. You can also visit our Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, or Pinterest pages, or find all of those things and our online store at FabricPatch.net. Somewheres.
Did that airdrop work yesterday? I thought it was
No. Well, it did, and then it said it was sending it to the cloud, and
we can't find the
far beyond my capability of finding the cloud. So,
The cloud isn't actually a real cloud.
it is a cloud. I've
is a
seen pictures
server.
of it, and
somebody
it's white and
else's
fluffy.
server.
It's in Quincy.
Yeah.
When it says Cindy's cloud.
Is that my cloud? It looks like a bunny.
Yours would.
Yes. Why? Oh. Wait, what was this one? Oh, can't wait to tell you that. Oh, can't wait to tell you that.
You guys are dorks.
Slow down. Talk succinctly.
What does succinctly mean?
Clearly. Succinct. Just slow down. They got nothing but time. Sipping their coffee, listening to you jabberjaw.